While many speak to be seen, few understand that silence decides who truly prospers. Most people lose power by speaking too much. The wise grow rich by remaining silent at the right moment. Silence has always been the invisible weapon of those who build wealth without revealing intentions. Before golden glory, there is the mind that masters words and governs time. This is the story of a man who understood that silence at times is worth more than speech. Ancient records show that prosperity never arises from constant noise. Excessive words reveal the anxiety of those seeking approval. The true strategist observes, reflects, and waits. This was how King Solomon built his most lasting wealth, not merely in gold, but in influence. He understood that silence creates space for thought to mature and turns impulse into calculated decision. The first secret was not in what he said, but in what he chose not to reveal. Those who speak too much expose intentions, weaknesses, and desires. Silence, by contrast, confuses adversaries and protects strategy. Just as fertile land must rest before harvest, the mind requires quiet to produce true wealth, wealth that time cannot steal. The second secret lay in attentive listening. While other rulers imposed their voices, Solomon absorbed the words of others as one gathers rare seeds. Listening without haste reveals lies, hidden intentions, and unseen opportunities. Silence here is not absence, but total presence before reality. There was also silence in the face of provocation. The wise man knows that reacting immediately is to lose control of destiny. By remaining silent, he forces the world to reveal itself. Enemies expose themselves, allies grow stronger, and time becomes a silent ally working in favor of those who know how to wait. Another secret was understanding that not every truth needs to be spoken. Some words, though correct, destroy bridges and corrode alliances. Solomon knew that mastery of speech is the beginning of mastery over life itself. Whoever governs words governs outcomes and multiplies wealth without announcing it. Silence was also used as an instrument of judgment. Before deciding, the wise allowed conflicting versions to collide on their own. When people speak without interruption, they reveal contradictions no accusation could uncover. Power did not need to shout to be respected. It only needed to wait. Silence becomes a mirror where truth eventually reflects itself. There is a moment when speaking is tempting, for words bring immediate relief. Yet quick relief often comes at great cost. The wise ruler understood that self-control precedes lasting prosperity. Whoever controls the impulse to respond controls time itself, and whoever governs time governs results. Silence here is not weakness, it is elevated discipline. The third hidden teaching lies in the ability to observe without emotional involvement. Through silence, one steps away from chaos and begins to perceive patterns. Where others see conflict, the wise perceive repetition. Where there is haste, he sees future opportunity. Silence creates distance enough for reason to rule, not wounded pride. Many believe leadership requires constant use of the voice. The ancients knew otherwise. When a leader speaks little, every word gains weight. Each sentence becomes law. Solomon turned silence into a seal of authority. He did not compete for attention. He attracted respect. Excess words dilute power while verbal restraint concentrates it. Another secret was allowing others to reveal themselves first. In negotiations, alliances, and disputes, whoever speaks first gives away more than intended. Silence forces the other to fill the void. In doing so, limits, ambitions, and weaknesses are exposed. Thus, the wise gather valuable information without demanding anything in return. Silence also served as protection against irreversible decisions. Words cannot be taken back, but thoughts can be refined. By remaining silent, the ruler reviewed intentions, weighed consequences, and measured risks. Fortune is not born from impulse, but from mature choice. Silence is the space where prudence strengthens before action. There was also silence in the face of praise. While many grow intoxicated by recognition, the truly wise remain vigilant. Excess admiration weakens the mind and creates false certainty. By not feeding on applause, Solomon preserved clarity. True wealth requires silent humility to continue growing. The sixth teaching begins to reveal itself. Silence as a spiritual instrument, not merely to govern others, but to govern oneself. In quiet, questions arise that noise suppresses. Whoever learns to silence the inner world discovers hidden fears, desires, and limits. And self-knowledge makes manipulation impossible. Few understand that silence also creates mystery, and mystery generates power. What is predictable is easily controlled. What remains reserved commands caution. By not revealing himself entirely, the wise maintain strategic advantage. The world respects what it cannot fully decipher. Thus, silence becomes invisible armor. These principles did not arise by chance. They were refined through patient observation of human nature. The king trusted not only counsel, but what he consistently observed in men. Silence was his greatest teacher. And through it, the next secrets begin to unfold with even greater clarity. The seventh secret begins to take shape when one understands that silence is not merely reaction, but continuous strategy. The wise choose when to appear and when to withdraw. This alternation creates balance between presence and absence. Those who are always available lose value. Those who know when to step back become indispensable. Silence regulates importance within the game of power. There is also silence in the face of apparent injustice. Not every offense demands immediate response. Some require only memory. The wise man records internally, observes subsequent movements, and acts when advantage is real. Responding too early wastes strength. Waiting transforms indignation into solid strategy capable of lasting results. Silence teaches something no speech can reach: discernment. Away from noise, thought organizes itself. Weak ideas collapse on their own, while strong ones endure. The ruler who embraces silence learns to distinguish between what is urgent and what is essential. In that distinction, prosperity is built, for not every opportunity deserves pursuit. While many mistake silence for passivity, the ancients viewed it as preparation. Before harvest, the seed remains hidden. Before decision, there is deep reflection. Silence is fertile ground where great actions are conceived. Acting without this preparation is like building on sand. The wise prefer firm waiting to unstable advance. Another misunderstood aspect is silence as a social filter. Those who speak little attract only those with something meaningful to say. Empty conversations fade away. Unnecessary conflicts dissolve. The silent man selects his circle effortlessly. Thus, he preserves energy, time, and focus, three forms of wealth that cannot be recovered once lost. Silence also prevents imprudent promises. A word given without reflection becomes a prison. By speaking less, the wise promise less and fulfill more. Their reputation grows not by volume of speech, but by consistency of action. Trust built this way is worth more than gold gathered in haste. There is a kind of silence that teaches more than 1,000 pieces of advice. Silence after the right question. When a leader asks and then remains silent, he forces the other to think. This method forms minds, not dependence. True power lies not in answering everything, but in awakening reflection in others. Silence also protects against regret. Many pains are born from words spoken in the heat of the moment. The wise anticipate the future weight of what they say today. They understand that memory is long and consequences persistent. By remaining silent, they spare themselves unnecessary battles. Over time, silence shapes identity. A man ceases to be reactive and becomes deliberate. He no longer lives at the mercy of external stimuli. He chooses. This constant choosing builds character, and character sustains any wealth that follows. Without it, all prosperity becomes fragile. Thus, one perceives that silence is not absence of strength, but its highest concentration. It sharpens the mind, strengthens decisions, and protects the future. Whoever masters this art governs himself before governing others. From this mastery, the final teachings begin to align toward their conclusion. To understand silence is to understand the rhythm of the world. Everything that grows durably respects invisible cycles. Haste violates this rhythm and demands its price. The wise observe, adjust, and act only when the moment is complete. Their decisions seem simple, yet carry the weight of long-hidden reflection. Silence also reveals limits. By not responding immediately, one learns how far to go without losing oneself. The wise recognize that not every battle deserves energy, nor every opinion deserves a stage. This inner economy preserves strength for what truly matters and separates the essential from the trivial. There is wealth easily lost because it was built on unstable ground. External approval, easy applause, rapid recognition. Silence protects against such illusion. Those who do not depend on the gaze of others build something stronger. Their prosperity flows from within outward, not the reverse. The man who masters silence learns to negotiate with his own mind. He is not dragged by immediate thoughts. He watches them pass like clouds, choosing only those that serve greater aims. This skill separates enduring leaders from fleeting figures. There comes a moment when silence transforms into absolute presence. It is not emptiness but density. Those who practice it transmit security without a word. The ancients knew that true authority is felt before it is explained. Thus, the wise do not constantly prove themselves. Silence also educates perception. It teaches one to notice gestures, pauses, hesitations, and excesses in others. Where words attempt deception, the body reveals truth. Thus, the attentive man becomes difficult to manipulate. His reading of the world grows sharper and less naive. Over time, this silent posture generates natural respect. Not respect imposed by fear, but respect born of coherence. People measure their words before those who speak little and observe much. Silence then works in favor of the wise, even in their absence. Prosperity built in this way is not noisy. It grows on firm foundations, sustained by consistent decisions. The silent man does not rush to display achievements, for what is solid needs no announcement. His calmness signals that the path was well chosen. With time, silence shapes not only choices but destiny. Small restrained decisions prevent great future errors. Each word not spoken at the wrong moment becomes stability ahead. Thus, the wise build a future less turbulent and more predictable. At this point, it becomes clear that silence does not impoverish but enriches. It protects, guides, and strengthens. Those who learn to use it as a tool do not depend on luck. They depend on clarity. And it is this clarity that prepares the spirit for closure. When silence is fully understood, it ceases to be a mere choice and becomes identity. A man no longer struggles to restrain himself. Prudence becomes natural. At this stage, self-control is not sacrifice, but habit. And habits shape destinies more powerfully than isolated decisions. There is wisdom in recognizing that not everyone deserves access to your mind. Silence functions as a selective gate. Only mature ideas enter. Only relevant people remain. This constant filtering preserves mental energy and prevents distractions from governing the course of life. Those who speak excessively often feel compelled to explain their choices. The wise, by contrast, allow results to speak for them. Silence removes the need for constant justification. When action is coherent, words become unnecessary. Over time, this builds quiet authority. There is also silence in the face of the unknown. The prudent man does not rush to judge what he does not yet understand. He investigates, observes, and matures his vision before forming conclusions. This posture avoids public mistakes and costly decisions born of haste. Silence strengthens patience, and patience strengthens long-term vision. Those who live only for the immediate lose greater opportunities. The wise accept waiting because they see beyond the present moment. They trade quick pleasure for solid construction. Repeated over years, this exchange produces real prosperity. When silence becomes part of character, a man stops reacting to the world and begins to guide it. He is neither pushed by opinions nor intimidated by external pressure. His firmness arises from within. And this quiet firmness inspires confidence in those who observe. Excess words create internal noise. Silence, by contrast, organizes thought. It allows decisions to be made with clarity rather than anxiety. The man who thinks before speaking rarely needs to repair what he has said. Thus, he avoids unnecessary conflicts and preserves vital alliances. Maturity is revealed when silence ceases to be a weapon and becomes refuge. In it, the wise rest from the world's agitation. They reorganize ideas, review paths, and strengthen intentions. This periodic withdrawal prevents success from breeding arrogance or carelessness. When one studies the paths of great men, a discrete pattern appears. Few speeches, many well-considered decisions. Silence did not distance them from reality. It connected them to it more lucidly. For this reason, their choices endured through time with solidity. Thus, the final understanding emerges. Silence is not the absence of action, but the space where correct action is born. It protects the mind, guides character, and sustains prosperity. With this understanding, the path is prepared for the definitive conclusion. At the end of this journey, it becomes clear that the greatest inheritance was not material but internal. Wealth born of silence does not vanish in crises nor depend on external conditions. It manifests as clarity, self-mastery, and long vision. Whoever learns this art does not chase the world adjusts to his quiet presence. The secrets revealed here do not belong to the past. They remain alive because they touch human nature, which has changed little. In times of excess information, silence becomes even more valuable. It filters, protects, and guides. Those who cultivate it gain advantage while others merely react, repeating errors history has already shown. This is not silence born of fear, but silence chosen by wisdom. There is courage in restraining the tongue when the ego demands a stage. Such courage strengthens decisions and preserves relationships. Prosperity then ceases to be chance and becomes a natural consequence of a mind governed with discipline and intent. When silence becomes habit, life gains stability. Conflicts diminish, choices mature, and the path grows more predictable. This predictability does not limit, it liberates. It allows patient construction of what many try to seize in haste and lose just as quickly. If these teachings resonated with you, share in the comments which one most reflected your life experience. Like this video so more people can access this wisdom, subscribe to the channel to continue this journey, and activate notifications so you do not miss the teachings yet to come.